Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine. Today we're going to be going over the role of the confirmation sponsor. We're not going over what confirmation is, how to choose a sponsor. This video is specifically for people who have been chosen to be sponsors and need a little more insight into what being a confirmation sponsor entails and what they should actually be doing to help the candidate get confirmed and the role after confirmation. So last spring I was a confirmation sponsor to my little brother. Congrats to him. This video is for people who are confirmation sponsors to those in high school or who are adults, right? Who are going through OCIA, formerly known as RCIA. So confirmation sponsors, there's actually some canon law on this. So I'm going to read directly from canon law number 892. Insofar as possible, there is to be a sponsor for the person to be confirmed. The sponsor is to take care that the confirmed person behaves as a true witness of Christ and faithfully fulfills the obligations inherent to the sacrament. So it has to be someone who is Catholic. If you are not Catholic and someone asks you to be a sponsor, unfortunately you are not able to be a sponsor. Personally for me, I had to fill out a form for my brother and then get it embossed by my local parish to show that I was a parishioner of that parish, that I was a practicing Catholic. So this is why it's so important, you guys, to register with your local parish, the one that you attend every single week. This is so important because some people just give money every single week, which is great. You should give money, you should tithe to your parish. However, you should register with your parish as well, so that when it comes time to be a confirmation sponsor, to be a godparent, anything like that, you have proof that you are a practicing Catholic and you are involved. This is just good because you want to be involved in your Catholic community. So more tips that I've gotten from the role of being a sponsor, they gave this to me when I was a confirmation sponsor, is actually really good, and I try to follow this advice as much as possible. Encourage a maturing of faith through special cards, letters, or gifts, which celebrate holy events like Christmas and Easter, and personal growth events like graduations, first job, or engagement. Some suggestions for gifts would be a Bible, a rosary, spiritual book, religious jewelry, or a retreat opportunity. So I love, there's more things in there, we'll get to it, but I love the idea of a retreat opportunity. There are so many retreats, at least in the United States, I don't know about other countries, all over the United States that maybe you could help pay for. They're usually not that expensive. Help pay for, or maybe cover the transportation costs, drive them to the retreat. Anything like that is a really good opportunity to immerse the candidate before or after confirmation in something meaningful, that something's gonna help educate them on the faith. Certain book suggestions that you can give them would be something like Story of the Soul, because that is written by a doctor of the church, St. Therese. The Diary of St. Faustina, that's a very long book. Maybe give it to them. Don't expect them to read it necessarily in high school. That's a very long book and it's a little confusing, but just remind them there are internet resources to help understand that. Give them a Bible if they do not have a Bible already. If they do not have a Bible already, I recommend that is the first thing that you give them. Help make recommendations for certain podcasts like Bible in a Year. Now there's the Rosary in the Year, Catechisms in a Year. Give them suggestions on media that they can view or help view it with them. Another thing I would recommend is take them to a beautiful church if they have never been to one before. So if your candidate grew up going to ugly churches, maybe pick them up, drive them to a beautiful church, show them maybe what a more faithful community or Novus Order Mass could be. If they've never been to a traditional Latin Mass, maybe bring them to that. Again, the traditional Latin Mass is not everybody's cup of tea, but it's good for them to know about the traditional Latin Mass, that that is an option that they could attend one day once they get their driver's license, or if they are interested, maybe you could take them every week. I know it's a big chore, but it's important that we are fostering Christian values and lives and giving them all the opportunities to live out their faith. The most important thing about being a sponsor is to be a model of the Christian faith. How can you do this? Read books. Actually do what you want them to do. Monkey see, monkey do, right? So if you want them to be reading books, to be on fire for their faith, read books, get on fire for their faith. Maybe purchase for them a year's worth of the Magnificat. That is a yearly subscription. It's not very expensive. You could have that sent to their homes, and that is a really good resource that they could use every single day if they want to. Celebrate the anniversary of the confirmation after the confirmation has been completed. Celebrate the anniversary by maybe buying them a Mass card every single year for that specific day. If you're not familiar with the Mass cards, you can go to the website, I'll have it linked down below, where you can purchase Masses for the confirmation candidate. This is not something that people only do for the dead. I think that's a misconception that Catholics don't realize, is sometimes you can think you can only buy Masses for the dead. No, you can buy Masses for living people as well. It's actually a really great gift, just in general, if you ever need to give someone a gift who is a practicing Catholic, a Mass card is really a beautiful gift. So the biggest takeaway I want you guys to have from this is to have wisdom in order to be a sponsor. Make sure they are maturing in their faith. There's only so much you can do with a teenager, right? If they choose not to mature in their faith, there's not much you can do, but you can pray that they return to the church, that maybe some of the seeds that you plant right now will stick later. That is sometimes the best you're going to get out of a teenager. If it is someone who is in RCIA, OCIA now, please, again, plant the seeds. I know so many people go to OCIA just because they're getting married. They're not actually serious about becoming a Catholic. And honestly, I might be uncomfortable with that because you have to do so much more when you are a OCIA candidate sponsor, because you have to go to Mass a few times with this person. There's like all this ritual stuff you have to do in order to be the confirmation sponsor. I know personally a lot of people choose like a relative or something to be the sponsor, and they'll have a stand-in every single week leading up to the confirmation, and then on Easter Vigil they'll have their actual sponsor there. It's very tricky if you see someone becoming a Catholic for the wrong reasons. You might want to ask for some spiritual guidance on that from a priest or a nun or a spiritual director if you are struggling with that, if you are struggling seeing someone join the Catholic Church under kind of silly circumstances, because a lot of people join the Catholic Church because they think, oh, my husband is a Catholic and we're getting married in the Catholic Church, I should become a Catholic even though I have no interest in taking my children to Mass or having my children baptized, all this stuff. It can be very slippery and awkward. And please bring your candidate to adoration if they have never been before. I know a lot of people who are in their 30s and 40s who have never been to adoration before because they, never had the opportunity to. A lot of people were confirmed, but they got confirmed because their parents made them get confirmed, and they never have heard of adoration. They don't know what a monstrance is. They don't know all the ritual. They don't know that we do things in Latin sometimes and everything like that. So get them involved with the basics of the Catholic Church. Adoration is 100% a basic of the Catholic Church. Make sure they go to confession the week before confirmation or the day before, who knows. Get them to confession right before confirmation. That is crucial. And I personally went to a big Catholic event with my little brother where there was praise and worship, adoration, confession, all these things he had never experienced before. He could experience confession, of course, but all these things he had never experienced before. Get them introduced to different sides of the Catholic Church. Like I said, go to the TLM Mass, maybe also check out some praise and worship, some charismatic stuff, because you don't know what's going to stick and you don't know what is going to be their devotion. Definitely suggest to them the 33 Days to Morning Glory, the Marian consecration if they are not familiar with it already. Explain to them what candles mean, why we light candles in certain churches, why we have relics. Like so many people my age are confirmed in the Catholic Church and they don't know what a relic is, and it's crazy to me. So please, you guys, give them the basic knowledge. See, now I'm getting all fired up and passionate, but give them the basics of the Catholic Church. Suggest pilgrimage sites for them. You might not be able to afford, obviously, taking them on the pilgrimage, but there are local little pilgrimages you can do. God bless you for saying yes, giving your fiat to being a confirmation sponsor. That is wonderful that you guys are doing that. Pray for your candidate and form a lifelong relationship with them, a lifelong Christ-centered relationship with your candidate. It is beautiful what our church, I love it. You let me know in the comments below if you have been a confirmation sponsor, if you're going to be a confirmation sponsor, if you have any questions about being a confirmation sponsor. And then please also give this video a thumbs up. That really helps out the algorithm. Hit the bell so you never miss one of my videos. Subscribe, because that's just what you're supposed to do, and it helps out the algorithm again. Oh my goodness. Okay, have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful life. I don't know. Love you. Bye.